All right, so I'm going to start while we wait for the rest. Okay, I'm just going to start with the very short questions that most of you got it right while we wait for the rest to come in. Okay, all right, very quickly for this question. Yes, thank you, Dan. Okay, now very quickly for this question. Okay, they say that 20 minutes, Gary can run a distance of 2 kilometers. You want 1 hour. 1 hour is the same as how many minutes? 1 hour is the same as how many minutes? 60. Thank you. Okay. So 60. So it's the same as 60 minutes. So that means it is 20 times 3 to give me 60 minutes. So that means if I times 3 here, I need to do the same to give me
6 kilometers.
6 kilometers. Okay. All right. Okay, so most of you got that. Okay, let's look at question 2. Question 2 is actually fraction. Now, take note, when it comes to fraction, sometimes they will give you part of a whole. So you have to take note. This is a fraction with the letter there, fraction with the letter there, fraction with the letter there. So with this, you know that what you can do is you can add or subtract, depending on what the question is asking. So let's take a look at the question. So he used this fraction of 15 and 3 out of 5 liters of paint for the living room, 8 and 3 out of 4 liters of paint for the study room, and 10 and a half liters of paint for the master bedroom. So used, and used. So you want to find how many liters of paint did he use all together. So in this case, what you need to do is to add up everything, right? So if you add up everything, now, if you just look at the fractions alone, I'm sure everybody can add up the numbers. Yes, so the keyword here is all together. So you have to add up everything and you must leave your answer as a mixed number in its simplest form. Okay, I can add up the numbers very easily. 15 plus 8 plus 10 to give me 33. 15 plus 8 plus 10 will give me 33. Now I add, no, can't use calculator for this one, Evan. Okay, so we have 3 out of 5 plus half and 3 over 4. So you have 3 different denominators, 3 different numbers. So from here, you need to first find what is the first common factor of rather, first common multiple of 5, 2, and 4 would be, very quickly, anyone? What's the first common multiple? Yes, Giselle. Yes, thank you, Dan. Okay, so the first common multiple is 20. All right. So convert this to 20 times 4 times 10 times 5. So you have 12 plus 10 plus 15 over 20 to give me 37 over 20, which is equals to 117 over 20. So this 1 I can add to 33. So my total becomes 34 and 17 over 20. Okay, so that's how it's done. Very quickly. Now, let me know if I'm too fast. Otherwise, I'm just going to go with the same speed. Okay, now, Shadow Fight. Can I get your name, please? And, okay. Yes, thank you. Fiyang, is your camera working? Can you turn it on, please? Is your camera working? Please turn on your camera so that we can actually identify you. Okay? All right. Is that okay? All right, thank you very much. Okay, now, so let's look at question 3. So the table shows a plant height on the first day of each month from January to May. First day of each month. So take note, first day of each month from January to May. Okay, what was the height of plant on 1st of February? 1st of February, the height is this. How many of you put 9.8? Yeah. Can you see the last part here? Give your answer to the nearest cm. So you have 9.8 cm. You need to give to the nearest cm means from here. So if I look at the
Okay.
10th place, yes, it is rounded off to 10. Thank you very much for Gordon and Dan. Okay. Now, what was the increase in plant height from 1st April to 1st of May? So from 1st April to 1st of May, this is just testing you whether you're able to add or subtract. In this case, subtract decimals. So you want to find the increase. That means you want to find the change from 10.5 to 11.8. So what I do is take 11.8 minus 10.5 to give me 1.3 cm. Okay. Thank you. They say we could use, oh, okay. Okay. All right. Then you can, I guess you can use the calculator. Okay, a bookshop sells either one pencil for $2 or a pack of 5 for $7. Now, I can translate this information to one pencil costs $2 or 5 pencils costs $7. So this is one pack. Okay. Now, all the time, when you see this kind of question, now this question is known as grouping. Okay. You cannot split this into individual pencils. Okay. It has to be sold in a group or in one pack. You cannot split them up. So you cannot take 5 pencils divide by 7. You can't do that. Okay. You have to see it as one group. So it is cheaper. If you look at this, is it cheaper to buy one pack of 5 pencils or is it cheaper to buy 5 pencils? Let's take a look. So if I buy 5 pencils from here, what would it cost me? Excuse me, it will cost me $10, right? Okay, so this is not wise to buy. Okay, so it is not wise to buy. So what you do would be, you want to buy 33 pencils. What's the cheapest possible? Yes, then thank you very much. So cheapest possible is find the number of packs that you can buy. So you take 33 pencils, divide by a pack of 5. So this will give you 6 remainder 3. So hi, Sean, welcome. Could I get you to turn on your camera, please? Fei Yang, your camera's off again. Can you turn on the camera, please? Okay, so which means down here, it means 6 packs. So this is 6 packs of 5 pencils. And this refers to just 3 pencils. Okay, so to find out how many or how much you have to pay, so the 6 packs of 5 pencils cost how much? So that's 6 times $7 to give me $42. And these 3 pencils will be equal to 3 times $2, which is $6. So all I need to do is take the sum of 6 and 42. Okay, so total paid will be $42 plus $6 to give me $48. Okay, thank you, everybody. All right, next question. Anyone taking this down? Sean, are you there? Okay, never mind. Let's just give time for other people. All right. Okay, question number 5. There were 30 questions in a test, and Kenneth answered all the questions and scored 94 marks. So this 30 question will be your total number or total quantity. The 94 marks refers to your total value. And for each correct answer, you get 5 marks. And for each wrong answer, deduct 2 marks. Now, when you see this kind of question where you have 2 total and 2 values, this is one value and this is another value. 2 totals, 2 value. How would you solve this kind of question? Anyone? How would you solve this kind of question? Grouping Or guess and check? Quantity times value? Guess and check. So thank you, Dan. Hey, the rest of you, how come you're so quiet? Because you haven't seen this kind of question before. See before, right? Never see before. Yes, Rajesh? How will you solve it?
You can use assumption method.
Yes, okay. So in this question, take note, you can either use assumption or you can use supposition, or some of you call it guess and check. Okay, now, but you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful when you solve this kind of question, okay? Because there is when you get correct answer, you plus 5 marks. But when you get wrong answer, you minus 2 marks. So with this, the small difference, the small difference you cannot. So usually to find the small difference, you will minus, right? But in this case, because they are opposite to each other, you have plus and minus. So to find the small difference, you actually have to plus them. Okay, let's look at this. So now, we cannot assume all questions are wrong because you have to deduct marks. To begin with, if all is wrong, you have nothing to deduct or to minus, right? So you must assume all are correct. So when you assume all the questions are correct, that means you need to find the total, the big total. Okay, so the big total would be, so assume all 30 questions are correct. Then that means Kenneth will get a total of 150 marks. But did he get the 150 marks? No, he didn't. So you need to find what is the big difference. That means what is the big total difference? So from here, the total, what he received is actually 94. So the change from 150 to 94 would be equals to 56. So that's the big difference. Then you find the small difference. What's the small difference? Now, because this is a plus and this is a minus, you need to add. So usually if both are plus, then you have to subtract the small difference. But in this case, you have to add the big difference, which is 5 plus 2 to give me 7. So to find the number of wrong questions which are wrong would be, I take 56 divided by 7 to give me 8. So these are number of questions that you get wrong, but the question didn't ask for wrong questions. Answer correctly. So that means answered correctly would be, I take 30 minus 8 to give me 22. Okay? Questions for this one? Anyone? If you're not clear, you can ask me questions. Giselle, stop with the renaming, okay? It's either you want to rename yourself as Giselle or we'll call you Hi Sisters. Okay? So you make up your mind. All right? Okay. Then, yes, you did the same way as me. You have to add the small difference. So this kind of questions, right? You just have to remember big total and big difference, and then the small difference. Yes, Gordon.
What is the small difference?
Small difference means the difference between the correct answer and the wrong answer.
Why would you need that?
Because otherwise I wouldn't be able to. It's like this. When I assume everything is correct, my total marks is 150, right?
Uh-huh.
But because actually I only get 94 marks. So that means Kenneth only get 94 marks.
Uh-huh.
Correct? So every time I need to reach my 94 marks, I have to get a wrong answer, right?
Uh-huh.
Because down here everything is correct. So to get a wrong answer, I have to go down how many steps? In this case, I have to go down 7 steps.
Yeah.
Every time I go down 7 steps, I will eventually get my target.